What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another amazing show. This is the Real Estate Uncensored Marketing Roundtable. And we have some incredible guests that are not going to be appearing today because it's just going to be the four of us. And we're going to be hanging out, kicking it together. What? But, Nick, but first,
I thought you were saying that we were an incredible guest. That's where I thought you were going with that.
No, we don't have an incredible guest.
Yeah.
We are the incredible guests. What I'm going to do is we have to go into our countdown before Jake kicks my ass.
What are you doing?
We went from Barry Manilow to fucking death metal. Like
you
I
chuckleheads.
think I just had a heart attack.
Oh my God. Okay, now we have to do it all over again because of Nick. Okay. Here we go.
Jesus,
I can't believe you pressed the wrong button.
You time for a nap now? I'm tired after all that.
My God.
Baby Jesus.
I feel bad for the people just listening to it too.
I know.
What the hell, man? I was like, what is going on back there? Ma, meatloaf.
Gene, your reception is so bad. Oh, we have to bring him back in later when his reception comes back in. Oh, and it's back in. Okay, Gene's back in the show. Talking so much shit, and we were talking off air about a lot of fun things, and we kept on talking about what we want to talk about today. And we jokingly were saying meatballs, and Gene goes, "Well, why does that sound like you're talking about me?" I'm like, "Well, because you're only bald guy on the show. You look like a meatball." He's like, pretty much gave me the angry meme face of like, "Fuck you." I'm like,
wait. I'm the one that brought up meatballs today. Gene,
yeah.
Tell these guys about meatballs, Gene.
You're the wrong way. Go the other
wrong way.
Yeah, go the other way.
Tell these guys about meatballs.
All right, Jack Fox. I will tell them about meatballs.
Wait, you're the wrong way too.
I did that on purpose.
Oh, this is the greatest show ever.
Nick, knock it off.
Yeah, you got it. Love it. I wish Gene was under me so I could rub his bald head.
Yeah, that sounds so weird in so many different ways.
I have to poke him over here.
And again, it comes across.
Fun fact: my nickname in Little League all the way up into high school was the Greek meatball.
Oh, okay. So there are two meatballs on the show.
Big fan of the Greek meatball. Big fan.
Okay. Gonna skip past that. Let's talk about something actually really serious. Let's talk about IDX websites and everything else. Kind of like, why do they suck? So on and so forth. Who's the one that came up with the idea for this show? Was that Jake or Gene?
No, it's Dick Trackus. Dick Trackus.
Dick Trackus. So we'll go with his
throw some darts.
When I'm not dyslexic, his name is Nick Sakis. Dude, lay the hammer down a little bit in regards to why do you think that IDX websites are complete horseshit? And everybody on the show is wearing glasses right now. Two of us are wearing sunglasses. Two of us are actually wearing glasses. But why is that? Because I have an opinion on this as well, and I'd love to get everybody to weigh in.
I think.
Why? Wait, why is what? Why are we all wearing glasses?
No.
Oh. Stay with the rest of the class, okay?
Okay.
My God.
Go back and listen to that again, and you tell me if I'm wrong.
I'm hiding my retinas, so I can't be seen and scanned later.
Oh my God. Okay, go.
Yeah, so I mean, we've talked about this. I think if you go back to like, I don't know, 6 years ago, probably one of the first episodes I did on the show was talking about how you're much better off with a fully functioning landing page than trying to lease a Mercedes when you haven't sold a house. Like, that's how I relate this. So you get caught up in this whole ecosystem of like, you join a brokerage, you're ready to go, or even like you've had some success and you see other agents in the market and you have this FOMO, you have this fear of missing out on, like, well, everybody has a robust IDX website and I have to compete with Zillow and all these other portals online. I have to have this professional. I have to be able to send customers to my website. I'll ask you guys in the comments, name below, okay? How many times has it happened where you get a buyer under a buyer brokerage agreement or you're working with them, you tell them, you have the keys to the kingdom. You have access to the MLS, okay? You know all the inventory. Everything that I show you and set you up on is going to be exactly what's on the market right now. Trust me. Not even a day goes by and they're sending you things from Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia. The online game is saturated so much, you've already lost before you've won. So the idea that you would sign up, and I'm not saying having a robust CRM is a bad idea, because that's the best idea of signing up for one of these platforms like the Zoomtown or the Time, or we won't name any names, right? The CRM side of it is the powerful side of it. But to say that I need an IDX website for people to go look at and search homes is like $19.99. You're never going to win that game. Even if you're running paid ads, you can do it in a different way, which we'll talk about. But in my opinion, signing up for a $1,500 a month or an $800 a month or even a $500 a month platform when you haven't sold a house is just absolutely asinine to try to say you're going to compete in that market. Because I can promise you, and Jake can chime in on this, or Jack and Gene, the evil meatball ninja. If you were to audit like 100 agents' websites, IDX pages, and actually look at the traffic that goes to those pages on a monthly basis, it's around 1,000, less than 1,000. So are you getting organic leads signing up for your site? On average, probably 75% of agents that have IDX sites don't. So in my opinion, if that's what you're after, is having this beautiful website to get organic leads or run paid traffic to, like, how many people are actually visiting this site? Why not create a real landing page that expresses who you are, that someone can book an appointment with you on your calendar, that puts you as a professional and gets you booked calls, instead of just trying to blend in with this sea of Zillow and everything else. It's not a good play in 2021 moving forward.
Well, you remember that time? There was actually, let me tell you a story, Nick. This reminds me of a time when I was a young boy. So here's baby Jake, and I'm out camping with some of my buddies from Boy Scouts, and everybody looked over on the lake, and we went ahead and saw one of those little paddle boats. We're like, oh, that looks really cool. We should go ahead and try that. And then we got in the little paddle boat and we started paddling. We're like, man, this sucks. Can't hardly steer it. Doesn't go fast. And then there's some dude with MacGyver glasses ripping by in his speedboat. So that's how I look at the IDX websites of today, Mr. Nick. Just saying. Have you ever had that paddleboat experience before?
I've been on a jet ski, and that barely held my weight. I'm pretty sure I would just topple a paddleboard or a canoe.
Paddleboat. Like
paddleboat, yeah.
You're sitting in one side, and then your buddy or significant other sitting in the other, and you start doing this paddle thing.
Yeah, there isn't a paddleboat that'll hold this Greek meatball, I'm afraid. Unfortunately.
Well, everybody that's listening right now, everybody's listening that's had that paddleboat experience understands exactly what I'm saying.
Well, it comes down to just being the exposure level and speed that you can do, right? And sometimes, yeah, you get ripped by someone who's going faster, but that doesn't mean you're not doing it right. It just might be you're starting off. So you can start off doing live videos, you can do stories, you can do all kinds of stuff. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, and I might be, I usually am, but Gene, if you fucking say a word, I'll smack you from across the country. But I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, like majority of the time, everybody's so afraid of being slow. But if you're not efficient and if you're not consistent, then you're always going to lose. So the paddle boat, could the paddle boat beat the ski boat? 100%. But the ski boat, is going to stop at some point. As long as you don't stop, you're never going to lose. Thoughts, ladies?
I didn't know we were getting into philosophy. I shouldn't have even brought up the paddle boat, even though, yes, the turtle does win the race.
Gene, what do you see with your clients when they come to you? Because the majority from what I see is people are so freaked out about having this FOMO idea of like, I have to have one of these several $1,000 IDX pages, or I'm not an official realtor. Right.
I don't see it that much anymore. I used to get it like I feel like there was an up and down time. Like, 10 years ago, you needed it. You absolutely had to have it. Then as social media started to make it, pop its head out, and there were widgets made that you could have the IDX integrated with your Facebook page, that kind of died down. And then people came back to it. And but I mean, even when I talk to people, the only reason I really see it being, look, there's 10 billion views on Zillow every year. I mean, no real estate agent wants to hear the term, but that's where people are going, between realtor.com and Zillow. That's where people are searching for homes, not on your IDX feed 9 times out of 10. But there's something to be said too about, depending on what kind of playground you're playing in, there's an SEO quality that helps with your website rankings if you have the IDX set properly on your website. So there's that element of it too. But these days I'm not. By the way, you're also talking about paying for it. What do you think about from the perspective of a brokerage that gives it to you? I mean, was that something would you integrate, or you just still telling people, don't even worry about it?
Let me ask you this. Since we're Real Estate Uncensored, if you go to a bar and there's a hot chick at the bar and you go up to her and she says, let's go back to your place right off the bat, does that throw up a couple of red flags?
Yes.
Like, how many other people are getting into those pants? So like, your broker offers you an IDX site. They're offering everybody the IDX site. There's no point of differentiation.
Right.
Well, why does that excite you? There's no value there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, let's talk about the excitement value, right? 9 out of every 10 realtors would go, "Oh my God, that's amazing. Squirrel." They're not doing it. They're not going to execute on the fact that they have the free IDX space in a lot of cases. So again, going back to it, I mean, you're just increasing your chances that your website is found on a random search by having the IDX. Is it enough? I mean, I wouldn't pay for it, but if it was a freebie, I'd come to you or Jake and go, "Yeah, integrate this. Make sure it's programmed properly and integrate it." Nobody's really ever going to use it, but I don't care.
And I'm not saying you shouldn't have. Okay, let's for the majority. Now, if you're a small team, you have buyer's agents, you're running $5,000 plus paid advertising, you have an SEO strategy for 12 or 18 months, and that's part of your deal. Fine. Like, it's kind of a necessary evil to trap those buyers online. I'm coming from a place of the majority of agents out there that aren't spending $5,000 plus, because in order to run sophisticated IDX style, like encompassing lead generation, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not as simple as just turning on the Facebook ad, or if you're doing PPC, it's not that simple. So like, why not just craft one message, one offer to one audience and let that run? Like, that's the secret to all of this. And Jake was talking about the paddle boat, and Greg was talking about the consistency. So like, I promise you that if you have one message to a market, like no more than 3 messages, but if you find one message and advertise it to your market on a consistent basis, you will get people to reach out to you. And that is the genesis of what I think moving forward, and how you build that personal brand is so much more important than just trapping that buyer lead and hoping that you get them on the third call or whatever. Yes, it's a necessary evil in some respects, and some people love doing that work. But if you don't want to be pounding the phones all day long, building the brand, having that message, having a website that showcases you, or a landing page that has real offers, and your brand is so much more powerful than just throwing up an IDX site to say you can do home searches, right?
So 2 things.
Let's talk about that really quickly. Let's talk about niches. Like, all of you guys know, I have a dog, right? And hound doggers has to go to the dog park at least 1 to 2 times a day, except for today because he fucked up his foot again, like a dumb shit. But the thing is like, why not do niches about something super small, as like a dog park review, or your favorite restaurant, tacos, or doing something like that? Why couldn't that be more powerful than building an IDX website where people will hunt for houses? Because everyone knows real estate agents have access to the MLS. So why not become relatable versus trying to be a marketing master and doing cliche things? So that's
Amen.
my role.
Amen.
Yeah. I want you to promote yourself.
Drop the mic. So that's the thing, right? So most of these IDX websites don't have the capability to allow for you to really go ahead and accentuate yourself, your brand, your message. creating flows and understanding the customer journeys online, which is extremely important right now. I mean, Nick says it all the time. I say it all the time. Gene says it sometimes.
Old Baldy. What? He forgot what he said. He lost his hair over it. He has no idea what to do.
But right, so you have to be intentional when you go to the marketplace. So there was a time when IDX websites worked really well, and it still works some of the time. I mean, if you get the right kind of fish that comes along and they somehow go ahead and start this search journey on your IDX website, congratulations, you caught a fish. But what we're talking about is the right message and the right website to go ahead and accentuate your brand, get it out to the folks, be very content heavy, written, video.
Right.
Amen.
Well, Jake, I think you said something very, very important there, and I wrote it down. It's the customer journey, right? We all think about it in the singular person, like it's me, mine, you know, ours, our team. It's like it's all about us, but it's not ever really about the customer journey. And I would love to dive down that one, because once we shift our mindset and we say, okay, fuck you, IDX. We're not going to come over. We're not going to do this because it doesn't really bring value. Because who in the shit sticks is going to go to McDanielCallahan.com to search houses? Fuck you. They're going to go to Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, everything else. But how can we assist them on that journey? Gentlemen, thoughts?
Nick, rip it.
Thank you for being quiet like weirdos. Really appreciate
I don't know.
it.
I was waiting for Gene to jump in because he hasn't said much. He's still thinking about his meatball recipe.
That's because he's the troll that lives underneath the bridge. It's okay. We still love him.
I personally think so. Look, if you're building a relationship with somebody based on a trap, it's not going to be a good scenario off the bat, and you're going to have to fight really hard to earn that person's trust. So whether you're paid advertising or whatever, like that's why we talk about video so much, because it builds a relationship with that person before they even meet you, right? One key tip, right? If you take nothing away from this episode, it's much more important for you to have a single landing page where somebody can book an appointment with you based off like a Calendly link. So if you're an agent right now and your calendar is not online and somebody can't go to a site and book a time slot with you, you got to do that. You got to do that before, and you can go to Canva now and create a website. They're doing like a Linktree free version. So you've all heard of Linktree. If you haven't, it's basically a landing page software where you put a bunch of buttons on there. So if you can only have one link, like on your Instagram profile, somebody hits that and they go to all your links for social media and everything. You can do that in Canva right now for free. I'm not even saying go to Jack or Gene or me to, charge you money to build that landing page. What I'm saying is, if you create a video and you send somebody to an IDX page as your call to action, you're losing. You're absolutely losing, unless it's a just listed for more information. And if that's all you're doing, you're losing as well. So like you need a place where people can book a call with you and reach out to you, because I promise you, once you start waking up in the morning and seeing people book calls on your calendar online without you having to call them, it's a totally different world, and you'll never want to go back.
So let's talk about Linktree, how you can build that into your website. Gentlemen, walk me through that a little bit.
Well, I'm going to have to break down a little bit of Clever Leads to go ahead and actually tell you why we've built some of these websites the way that we have. When we're talking about customer journeys, first and foremost, the website has to be the headquarters and centerpiece of your world. It has to accentuate exactly who you are and what you're doing. If you're sending people from paid advertisements to specific pages, if it's buyer side, if it's content related, whatever, you have to have the capability to customize your own website, add pages, add blogs, add vlogs, all these different things. Additionally, what happens, right? So the customer journey that you send somebody there, whether that's through an email blast, they're coming back to that part of your website, then they're consuming your content. You want to be able to capture some information on these people if they're really interested in moving forward at that point. So you have to have capture capability on those websites in different areas, right? So if you think about the funnel a big funnel, but having multiple flows and funnels inside of your website as far as how you want the customer journey to happen. So if somebody's coming there from a buyer standpoint, or what happens if you're actually working with another alliance company in the local area promoting an event, now you can have that on your website as well. And people can enter their information to go ahead and find out more about what's going on for the 4th of July rodeo event or 4-H or whatever is going on. So you have to have control to create whatever you need to accentuate for your business, first and foremost. Then have those contact form submissions. But then what happens after that? When somebody enters their information. So on our websites, we're always thinking about the customer journey. So the back-end Clever Leads platform allows for you to take 1 to 10, 20. Let's say you have 20 contact form submissions. You can literally set up any of the post drips for people that submit their information. So if you're sending out a flyer, if you're actually sending out a text, if you want them to hear or see something, or another call to action, which is very important. These are, when we talk about the customer journey, that's what we're talking about. It's intentional what you want for your business, but you have to have one of these types of websites that's a cornerstone of your business that gives you the freedom and customization capability to go ahead and perform whatever you want to do for your business. So that's just step one, right? That's organic flows of customer journeys and funnels online. But we call our websites advanced tracking websites, because now, as you all know, every time that you've landed on sportsstore.com or some different places, you start seeing advertisements about that store or other things. If you do want to fire up some paid advertising, these advanced tracking websites allow for you to embed your pixels, how many ever of them there are, and start remarketing or retargeting your brand if you're in a paid game. So these are all very important business things. And this website that gives you customizable capability, gives you the freedom to go ahead and put your brand together with consumable content is vitally important. And that's the difference between IDX and your own website done right.
Where did Jake go? Jake, are you there, man? Did you go mute? What happened?
He was just talking. What do you mean?
Oh,
here we go.
Greg again.
Here we go. The meatball.
What's great is we're going to hear him
about to be thrown.
Yeah, let's just give it a second because he's going to be cursing live. Right? Greg.
We're going to have to buy Greg a new computer.
He's got to get some new Wi-Fi in that place, man.
GoFundMe for Greg.
Talk to Jack. Let's get a GoFundMe. Greg.
There's no Greg.
Well, apparently I can't hear shit again. So
was it at the 22-minute mark last time, Gene?
Computer and
it's about halfway through.
Yeah, but it was pretty close to that.
Participate in my own motherfucking podcast. But I'm gonna bow out. I'm gonna come back in. Shut up, you three. I see all you fucking chuckleheads laughing. Yeah. Fuck you, Gene. Fuck you, Jake. Fuck you, Nick. I love you guys. I'll be right back in 1 second.
Gene, you called it.
That was. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Called it. Have you guys seen Gringo? You haven't seen Gringo, have you?
No.
You don't know what I'm talking about when I say Gringo?
No.
Tell me about it.
Dude, look at this. I don't know if Nick, you have control of this. So like I created this game. Let me see if I can share this. I created this game for the Friday event. Hold on. Share screen. Yeah.
Oh, is that your Greg's bingo?
Yes.
Bingo? Oh yeah.
So can somebody add it?
No. We have zero control.
Shit.
There you go. Here we go. We're coming in hot.
Here we go. There we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's basically bingo with Greg in the background.
Whoa.
And we knock things off as he says stuff. So like when he says the F-bomb right here, you get mark that off. If he mentions EXP, mark that off. If Matt says it, we mark that off. So we were talking about putting together a
That's awesome.
That's funny, right? And it's some really good stuff too. And I play it while the show's going on.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's funny.
Well, it's only funny for you because I'm sitting there like, what did I do wrong? And you're like, bingo. I'm like, gosh, dang it.
you gotta make that a shareable link and put in the comments for people to play along.
Well, so here's what I figured out. It's fun for one. I got to mix up the tiles, right? So I got to create like 10 different boards and mix up the tiles. So I just got to take some time to make some random ones, and then we'll definitely do that.
Nice.
We should give away some roundtable prizes for anybody that hits Gringo.
I agree.
Okay. Well, we'll come up with that off air. Let's get back to talking to the IDX websites and what people can do. Let's say that they were forced to have an IDX website because of their brokerage. You know, it's like, hey, you have to use our system. Would you suggest that or not, ladies?
Yeah, use it. I mean, have it online. It's not a big deal. I just don't get caught in the trap of like, you don't have a competitive advantage by having a big fancy web like IDX site. It's just the times have changed. So if you really want to stand out and be different in your market, you need a real personalized branded website that speaks exactly who you are, who you serve, and why people should contact you. Jake gave a plug for Clever. I'll give a plug for me. If you go to Get Amplified Marketing and look at my website, there's one call to action on the whole website. And so we talk about marketing. We talk about points of friction. You land somebody on an IDX site. The only thing that you can do from a paid advertising, if you put somebody on a single property page, that's okay, right? But if you land somebody on the homepage of an IDX site and there's 50 buttons to click, they're confused and they're going to bounce out. So how many points of friction are there for a consumer to basically have an end result or do what you want them to do? And a landing page or a focused website that only gives people one option and tells them what to do is the only way to really be successful with paid advertising.
I love it. Go ahead, Gene.
Yeah. No. I agree with him. I think in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, if you're going to build a website, and I'm getting feedback, I think, from you, Greg. If you're going to build a website, I would much rather have a plugin on there that you can feed your YouTube videos to. What are you doing? You can feed your YouTube videos to. So you create your videos, put them up on YouTube, and they end up dynamically in your content section on your website. I think that would be more powerful than having an IDX, and there's no cost to it.
So what is the cost for an IDX? Is it? Oh, sorry, Nick. In your guys' opinion, if someone was told to get one, would you say don't do it or do it? I know we already answered this question originally, but when it comes down to your gut feelings, not just straight marketing hats on, Jake, take this one because you've been quiet like a weirdo. When we get quiet, I start thinking you're hunting me down with like drones. So I just want to make sure that you're still not trying to kill me. But I mean, where would you start to be the most powerful website? Now, we're not going to do pitches for websites or anything else, but I mean, what would a website look like in today's day and age that would be the most powerful?
I can't pitch here. All right. So
of course you can. Of course, I'm never going to take that away from you. But what I'm saying is just in overall,
I get it.
What are the aspects?
So, man, I think Nick said something very important earlier, right? So if you haven't really gotten into the game yet from a real estate standpoint, you shouldn't be spending a shit ton of money on some big IDX type site, some searchable site, some big programs, things like that. You have to start somewhere. So if there's a free opportunity for you to go ahead and have even just like an agent page associated to your brokerage, get going. But I would say it's not even about the cost. It's about the functionality and flexibility of the right tool that's going to give you the opportunity to accentuate your brand. It's going to come down to that. It really will. So regardless, think of it like purchasing your vehicle. You're going to want to purchase the right vehicle that suits your needs for you. And it's so darn important right now, ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead and make sure that you are focusing on your brand, creating that consumable content. You have a place to go ahead and put it, and then it's able to be shared on social, that you have the ability to bring over your YouTube videos. So you've got a lot of video consumable content on your website. Websites are your headquarters. It is your controlled asset on your domain. So you're going to want to start in the right place and continue to build it over time so that you're putting your energy and your financial commitments into it so that it becomes very robust and it becomes the right you. And gives you an opportunity to uniquely separate yourself from your competition. So that's my take on it, right? So the IDX, the price points, guys, as we all know, everything's all over the place. You know, but having the right tool that gives you the opportunity to be purposeful is important.
Yeah, love it. Just kind of like this. When my dog wanted to go to the dog park and he wanted to carry his own snacks, and that's what it made him do. He had to carry his own damn snacks. So we have to do the right utilities for everything. Gentlemen, as we wrap this up a little bit, we're going to do a little bit of a shorter show here. Nick, I want to go to you, to Gene, to Jake. I want to do final takeaways in regards to your thoughts in regards to IDX. You should have landing pages? Should you have web pages? Should you have a website? I mean, where would you put your money if you had to pick one of these things that you would invest your cash into? Because not everybody's got endless cash. So Nick, starting with you, where would you put your cash to get the most eyeballs online right now?
So going back to video, but just to touch on the IDX thing, if something is too easy, it's probably not worthwhile, right? Setting up an IDX page without much time and investment from you and just getting a headshot photo plucked on there and throwing your logo on there, that's a really easy thing to do. So if something's that easy, a lot of people are doing it, A, and B, it's probably not worthwhile in the long run, right? Fast food is easy, right? Meal prepping is hard. You have to actually think about what you're doing, and there's a strategy behind it. So me coming from someone who's lost a bunch of weight in the past 12 months, that's where my mind goes. When it comes to spending $300 a month, $500 or $1,500 a month, information is absolutely everywhere. Okay, you go on YouTube, you guys are listening to us, we give out a bunch of free information. Instead, let's put a base point, because most, I would say on average, probably IDX sites are around 500. You know, you can find some that are in the 200, but most $500-600 is a pretty good meat and potatoes version. Yeah, a month, right? In my opinion, you are 100% better off to create really good video content and spend $500 a month on the paid advertising to get more people to see you and your brand than you are to just sign up for a $500 site and hope people come to you. So that's one. If you're stepping up into the next genre of $1,000 to $1,500 a month, you are way better off hiring a coach that will keep you accountable to your daily actions, because that will move you forward faster than having an IDX site with paid advertising being left on your own. I'm a huge believer in accountability. I have a health coach. I have a business coach. I mean, it's one of those things that people, if you think you're too good for coaching, you need a coach. Everybody has a coach, right? Tiger Woods has a coach, best athletes in the world. So instead of just trying to be like everybody else, think about that. But from a $500 a month standpoint, if that's all you have to spend that on getting more people to see who you are, because the number one problem with real estate agents is nobody knows who you are and what you do. So spend that money to get your videos out there, to get your message out there, and just land them on a Calendly page to book an appointment with you, or have them send, do a messenger. So they send you a message on Facebook as your call to action. You don't even need to take them off the platform, but spend that money to boost your content so that more people see you, know, like, and trust you before you get into that rat race of IDX.
I think Jake's about ready to jump out of his skin when it comes to talking about doing video. So Jake, talk to me a little bit about doing video and the importance that you're pushing with what you're building.
I think everything that Nick said is fantastic in every single way, really. It's important. And I see a lot of people at different stages of the journey. I just can't express enough that you need some tools that gives you the opportunity of flexibility and freedom to go ahead and build your brand. So you don't want to be bogged down. There's a lot of things to do out there. And I want to echo accountability from Nick's side of the house, right? Some of the things that I've seen over the last year and a half since our company has gotten in to help assist the real estate industry has been lack of consistent actionable items necessary to go ahead and support your business. There are things that are necessary to do every day to support your business that are important things to fill up your pipeline, keep you accountable, keep you successful, help you build and grow your team. So coaching, very important. Yes, video, personal brand will win at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. So I do want to let everybody know, if you guys are interested to go ahead and find out how we do this successfully on the line, come on over to our website and enter your information. I'm going to run a huge masterclass webinar here in about 2 weeks from now, and really break this thing down from top to bottom for about a strong hour and a half. That will give you guys the opportunity to fully understand what we're thinking over here and all of the years that we've been doing marketing and how that equates to success.
Perfect. Love it. Gene, give me your 2 cents.
I want to have a question answered first, just for my own edification. Why did this thing come up today, Nick? Are you having problems with clients and IDX sites right now?
No, not at all. I just think it's one of those things that, especially, it's just conversations you have over and over again. Like, Gene, I love we talk about the best videos to make, or just check your inbox. What are the conversations you're having all the time? And so for me, it is a conversation I have a lot. And I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of it from my own mom personally, like getting a buyer and I can't believe I set them up on a search and we're getting rid. Like, every realtor that's been in the business for 5 minutes has had that experience happen, where you send them a search, you set them up with all the actives on the market, and they find something that's pending on Zillow. And that immediately puts you in a bucket. What it does is it almost like it's distrust immediately. It's like that 1 second of, hey, I know you told me you're the professional, but I still think that there's something else out there, and I can't believe what you. It's like, it's a weird dichotomy. So if you can get into the habit of, why fight that? Let them send you all the horse shit online, and you are now the professional saying, sorry, it's pending. Sorry, we can't see that. Or what? It puts you in a different boat instead of trying to just, it's this mentality. Like, I talk about catching people. That whole catch people marketing thing is fucking over. There's a reason why YouTube has exploded. It's that game. It was 10 years in the making, is gone. So if that is your only strategy right now, you're going to have to pivot, because when things start to get bad, when you know, and I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime soon, but there's a lot of percolating going on right now with real estate. There's a ton of agents. They're talking about threats of upping interest rates. So like, all the agents that are running around making a shit ton of money that are acting like they're the best agents in the world, like, there's going to be a gut check. There's always a gut check. So if now's the time to be thinking about what is 2022 and 23 and 24 going to look like, and how are you marketing right now to what that's going to be like, the, you know, skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it's at. Just my opinion. Yeah,
no, I think that's important. There is going to, we talked about this before, there's going to be an attrition in the real estate industry probably in the next, I mean, I can't predict it, right? But it's called 12 to 18 months. And if you plan on still being a real estate agent at the 21st month, or 24th month or whatever, you should be looking ahead to that now, right?
I was on Dave Finale's podcast here a couple of weeks ago, and he and I were talking about a lot of things in real estate, right? But it was interesting to me because he said he had an email list of real estate agents in the state of Florida, I think about a year or so ago, but 80% plus of those are completely gone. So, yeah. I mean, there was always a natural progression of turnover inside the industry for lack of knowledge and application of the things that you need to do in order to be successful. But yeah, if
like,
there is
like spending money, right?
Yeah.
Seriously. No, I mean, look, I mean, I think we run into that all the time as guys that run businesses that service real estate agents. There's a big subset of real estate agents that won't spend the money. And if you think that that's going to land you in the top 10 in 6 years, that ain't going to happen, right? Like, it's an important, I mean, it's coming, you know, it's coming from me who wants people to buy services from me, right? So it's, you know, take it for what it's worth. But reality of it is that when the going gets tough, the big companies double down on their marketing dollars, not take it away. So there's something to be said about that.
That's in
we got a really good question here. And I'm going to butcher this name. Do you see this?
Go with Radislaw.
Radislaw, right?
I'm giving that a shot.
This is a personal pet peeve of mine. And I would you not advise to have a separate personal and business account for Instagram? So
I'm excited to hear this because I have a very strong opinion too.
Personal preference of mine, and I don't know if Greg has this or not. But if your Instagram handle is Greg McDaniel real estate agent, you've lost. If your handle is Greg McDaniel CRS, GRI, ABCDEFG with all your designations, you've lost, because the point of social media is for people to gain a relationship with you as a person. And as soon as you have that real estate title, as soon as you start to say exactly who you are, it's like looking at an ad with a stock photo. Consumers can sniff that shit out now faster than ever, and they will immediately unfollow and or not try to build a relationship with your page because they know they're going to be sold to. So please, on all of your social media handles as a real estate agent, just put your name, not your brokerage, not any of that shit. I'm not saying you don't need to talk about real estate, but that is an easy way. And that's like going back to, hi, my name is Nick Sakis with Keller Williams. And in this video, it's gone. It's like, it's that nanosecond that we have online. Again, social media is an action film. Something that easy can simplify a lot of people. And I know thousands of agents out there, probably hundreds of thousands of agents. Some coach somewhere in some fashion said, please put realtor in your title, and everybody has it, and it's obscene. It's the worst thing you can do.
The thing we need to be really, really careful of here, Nick, on that one is check with your local board and your local brokerage in regards to what your requirements are. I mean, I got flagged by the California Board of Realtors because I didn't have my DRE number, and then they changed it to the BRE number, and then back to the DRE number, and then back to the BRE number. I think we're going back to the DRE number, and it has to be disclosed on every single piece of advertising at the very front. So if and when you do these marketing and these videos, like what Jake and Nick and Gene all produce, make sure that is there, and so that they do know legally what you are. But otherwise,
you can be compliant. I'm just in the title.
Yes, be compliant.
Not saying don't be compliant. I'm not saying be completely rogue, for sure. Thank you for that, Greg. I got a little upset because it's a personal pet peeve.
I noticed.
But 9 times out of 10, you can get rid of realtor in your title of your social media handle. I promise you'll get more engagement.
You should never say realtor. I mean, if you are, fine, say it. I think what Nick and I are saying is this: be a movie trailer. Don't be the movie. Be the exciting part of what you're going to produce, and then produce. And a lot of us, like, if I'm going to watch a new Tom Cruise movie, right, just to pick one of the biggest names out there, if I see him go, hi, my name's Tom Cruise, and this is my movie, and this is what's it about, or he's jumping out of a fucking plane, with a machine gun, just, arm wrestling alligators, you're like, oh shit, I want to see that movie.
Was that the Tom Cruise from Kentucky?
It's Nick's cousin.
Greg, you need to get one of those like fake tattoos and put your DRE number on your neck, and then send a picture into the California board and see if they'd accept that.
Actually, even better, I'll just get a straight across the neck, like straight gang tats.
Gene, did you think I was going to go there with that, or were you following my path, or would I go completely off there from what you were thinking?
No, I'm with you. I mean, you gave a couple different reasons that I would have given for it. No, but I'm in the same boat. I mean, look, here's a couple things, right? You talked about this earlier, where if I have 2 accounts, you're giving the consumer reason to be confused, and when you do that, you're out, right? So and these days, social media is, no matter what line of business or work you're in or what you're doing, it's supposed to be multifaceted and multidimensional. So if you are only on social media as only a plumber, I'm not watching. If you're only on social media as a realtor, I'm not watching. I don't give a shit that you have an open house, because guess what? I'm not buying. And there's 99 out of 100 of the people that are watching you in the moment aren't buying today either. So stop doing it. So I want to see your personal stuff. What are you doing at home with the kids? Are you working out? What are your favorite places to go to eat? Like, and then when you drop that I'll figure out over time, if I'm interested in your content, that you're a realtor. And if I like your personal content and you create an emotional attachment with me through your content, then I'll think about using you when it's time for me to sell or buy my house. Right. Like that's kind of the path I'm going. Like, if you give people multiple options, they will choke themselves with it. So, and you're doubling down on your legwork now. So now you got to go out and manage 2 accounts, right? Like, just keep it together, be multifaceted. Every once in a blue moon, put your BRE number, whatever the hell it is, in anything you're advertising in a post, and you can keep it in your bio. Like, but I'm with you on that. I'm not a, mine is not Gene Volpe marketing.
Everybody go back to talk to your brokerage and talk to your manager in regards to how you have to
for sure
your DRE or BRE numbers or whatever it's going to be. Make sure you guys stay compliant 100%. We're not saying don't. We're just saying be a little creative. That's what Gene was trying to say.
Do your own research. Yes. Do your own research.
Yes.
Because your broker, just do your own research. Yeah. Contact your local board.
And just how I did my research on these 3 beautiful gentlemen, and Jake is like putting his hands up in there. He's like, please, guys, let me in. I want to play hopscotch too. Come on.
Yeah. So I think that's a very good question regarding Instagram coming off this website conversation of today's roundtable. Okay. So real quick, in closing, for my kind of end words, all of these places like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, these different social areas, right? They all have a certain way to go ahead and communicate socially. So when you come back to the website side of the house, if you're housing your content there at home at your website in different categories on your vlogs and blogs and things like that, then you're sharing them out onto social, and you're now creating the opportunity for people that are there on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn to go ahead and come back to your house, your headquarters, and then consume more of your content is very important. That goes to the customer journey of things. So throughout the many years, people have gotten omnipresent onto Instagram, onto LinkedIn, or chose Facebook as a place to house their business. But there is a upscale right way to go ahead and do the customer journey, and all comes back to a branded website that houses your content. But I think everybody should be socially communicating, especially in business. And I think people should use Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn or other places, right? But all things should be housed at your headquarters, your website. There's a lot of ways people can go ahead and come back, and if it's all there, perfect. So that would be my recommendation regarding the utilization of social media and content.
So it's basically controlling your own domain, allowing people to see you visibly out on social media, but yet leading them back to somewhere where you can control everything about what you have to say, and then move forward from there. Because I mean, social media can shut you down in a heartbeat if they don't like what you have to say about whatever. You could say you don't like earbuds or checkbooks or coffee cups, doesn't matter, right? But if you can say it on your own area, I mean, control your, as Jake and a few of the other folks who listen to this, the Navy SEALs have what they call the 3-foot rule. And it's whatever they can control within 3 feet is what their reality is. So guys, your website, your domain, your IDX, your social media, everything's within your 3 feet. So control your 3 feet, and therefore you'll never have to go hunting for anyone else ever again. And Jake, that was a phenomenal point. And I think everyone should have a phenomenal Clever Lead, spelled with a K, website, because the thing is absolutely sick. Nick's sites are sick. Gene's sites are sick. I mean, you guys got to get on with these guys and start getting visible. That's the #1 point of this conversation, is being visible consistently and persistently. And Gene, you are the last person that has not spoken on the takeaways. So what is your takeaway?
No, I these guys said it. I mean, I can't, I'm so tired of saying it. Just go out and do video. I mean, do it, Nick said. I mean, I can't.
I think he's mad. I literally think he's mad.
No, I just feel like if you tune into this show, it's like, what should I do more of? Do more video, dude. Like, I don't know. Actually, I should look at this while we're talking, but our friend Antonio Stella was recently in the Philly area. Did you see his cheesesteak comparison video?
I did, actually. It was actually really
I watched that.
It was really good.
Boom. So there's 3 of 4 of us, 75% of us watched that. What did he do? He went out and did a video.
Actually, I saw it too.
There you go.
Was that when he was at that place where there was the 2 Philly cheesesteak
Pats and
joints?
Geno's.
Yeah, Pats and Geno's.
Exactly. So look, I mean, that's a perfect example. That probably happened 2 weeks ago. And unfortunately, I had just left the city. He called me. He goes, I know it's short notice, but I'm going to be in your city. And I was like, damn, dude, you got to give me like a couple days. I would have lined it up and showed you the real cheesesteak places in Philly. But next time we'll catch up. But the point there is that do video and sometimes 4 of us will watch.
Well, it was this is a very, very short control group here. Imagine the people that are not on this show that have watched that video about Philly cheesesteak, and now they're hitting them up. I mean, I'm shooting a video and I'm getting it over to Jake later today, and it's going to be a weird video. And Jake, by the way, get ready for a lot of B-roll. I'm sending it over to you, and it's going to be me walking up 28th Street here in San Francisco, which is a super. It's like literally no joke.
Sending us one of those weird videos again. Everybody, get ready.
all of his minions. Guys, get ready. We got inbound crazy. But I mean, I'm gonna do a video about me huffing and puffing up a street. Then it's gonna be about me walking and talking about the neighborhood. Then it's gonna be about me walking to the dog park and then showing the dog park, a little bit of history about the dog park, and then me walking back home from that with no dog because my dog got all kinds of fucked up because he ran across another piece of glass like an idiot. But you know what? I'm gonna still do that video, but I'm gonna let like Nick and not Nick, but Jake and his team tear it up and put some audio to it, and then we're gonna push it out on social media. And it could be about going to Safeway, or that's our local supermarket. So anyone in Florida, it's probably what's your guys' supermarket? Publix. Go to Publix. You know. By the way, Publix is really freaking cool. They got some cool shit there. But just about creating a diary of your life and then putting it out there for people to see. I mean, as much as you want. My sister and my brother-in-law will not post stuff about their kids because they're really cute little kiddos. And there's a lot of weirdos out there. And you know, I know Nick and Jake and Gene all have kiddos. I mean, you wouldn't want your daughters being seen out there. So that's a discussion you have to have. But I mean, just post as much as you can, much as you should about your neighborhood, about the things you like, and stop being afraid of it and stop buying into the bullshit about your IDX websites. Nobody fucking gives a shit. Oh, by the way, Gene, you have a hello coming into you.
I saw that. That's my guy. That's my guy, Matty Kaiser.
All right, gentlemen, we're out of here. We are at our time limit here. Nick, where can everybody get a hold of you so that people can reach out and do business with you?
Yeah, join our Facebook group, Real Estate is a Joke. If you want to sit back, relax, and have a good time, we do stream this in Real Estate is a Joke as well. I might have a new tagline. I was thinking about this for whatever reason. I couldn't sleep last night. First day of school for my 5-year-old, and I thought of if you'd like to go from average Joe to local pro, go to getamplifiedmarketing.com and book a call with me. We'll set you up.
Certainly worth a shot. I like it. Yeah. It's got a ring to it.
I mean, I'd call you.
Fuck, I gotta call Nick.
Is it name Sakis, right? I gotta call that. I have to call the Sakis. Okay, let's jump over to you, Mr. Jake Wolf. Where would people get a hold of you?
Yeah, come on over to Clever Leads with a K, spelled right down there, KLEVR Leads. Enter your information, and one of my people will get in touch with you. You guys can go ahead and get on our email list to go ahead and find out all things success.
I love it. And then Gene, oh shit, Gene, I'm sorry, I put the wrong side up.
I am much like a black cat.
Hey, don't make fun of Bandito, man. He's dead. You can't pick on him.
I'm making fun of Bandito. I have just recently started my own insurance company that insures people against Greg's trucks that will or will not make it to the destination. And I still gotta find that clip, dude. It's still one of my favorite commercials of all time. It was one of the greatest of all time. Did we do that on our show? Was it the round table?
Yeah, I was on the round table, and you just tore me apart on that one. And you misheard what I said, by the way. I came across very clear, and you're like, I misheard that, so I'm just gonna make fun of you. I think I'm gonna dig it up, and we're gonna show it on next week's show, and let the people decide if I misheard it. It was amazing.
Let the people decide.
We're gonna let the people decide.
Yeah, the black cat's gonna be pissed at you. Okay. All right, so that's where you guys can get a hold of everybody. GVI Media, guys, go there immediately. Sign up with Gene. You absolutely get a hold of Nick Sakis. Amplified Media, right here, guys. Marketing Group, excuse me, my bad. Amplified Marketing Group, and then of course Cleverly spelled with a K. If you guys want to talk with me, please call Matt. He's out getting another 2. Don't know when it's going to come back. We hope he's going to do well. But we are hiring for our EXP group. We are growing exponentially. We are just blowing through the doors on this stuff. So come and hang out with us. We have a lot of things that can help you guys build your business. Look, we just want to be here to do value add benefit to you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Gentlemen, I am going to write down as fast as I can our 3 colors. I'm going to go from my corners. I'm going to go from Nick, Jake to Gene. What are our colors for the bow for this show? Nick.
I'm going Greek blue because I am Greek, but I also ate a Greek salad on Sunday and got food poisoning and thought I was going to die. All good now.
That's awesome.
Okay. Greek blue. I actually ate a Greek salad yesterday, and I felt the same way.
Dude, it tore me. Yeah, bad news bears.
Thank God for bathrooms. Jake, what is your color for the show?
We're going to throw some meatball red sauce on top of that Greek salad.
Nice.
Meatball red sauce? Oh, my God. You guys crack me up on this shit. Yeah, Gene Velope.
Jen Velope says we're going to go IDX Indigo.
Ooh.
Okay.
I thought Gene was going to go for like brown garlic bread or something to make the meal complete.
I thought he was bringing in the wine, the Merlot.
Oh,
not whoa, not Merlot. That's the only one you can't.
The Cab? We're going Cab or some Pinot?
Cab, Pinot, or Malbec. No Merlot.
Pinot.
Even Red Zin. Even Red Zin.
Oh, all right, gentlemen. We've digressed significantly. Thank you guys, everybody, for listening and watching to the show. We're going to put a bow on the show. We're going to do a Greek blue show for Nick so he doesn't have bowel issues. We're also going to do a meatball red sauce for Mr. Jake Wolf because he wants to jump on top
red
of that.
Meatball red gravy. Go ahead.
There was no gravy mentioned. Okay,
that's gravy. When the meatballs are in the sauce, it's gravy. But keep going.
Why are you fucking up my ending?
I'm just telling you because you're fucking up my life by saying it wrong.
Well, stop talking. So then we're going to do an IDX Indigo color on this bow. Fuck all of you. I love you guys to pieces. Thank you everybody for listening. Give us a 5-star and a 2-star on every place you guys go and listen and watch your podcast because it helps get the listening audience at a greater size. And until next time, peace out, ninjas. We gone.